Someone is telling you something you don't want to hear. Maybe it's your boss saying your work isn't good enough, a friend saying you've been hard to be around, a partner saying they don't feel heard. Whatever the words, there's that flash of heat in the chest and an instant urge to explain yourself or walk away. That urge is almost universal. Defend, deflect, or disappear. We've been doing it since we were kids, but that reflex left unchecked costs us. It costs us real growth, real relationships, and the chance to become someone worth knowing better. Here's why it hits so hard. Research in social psychology has found that social rejection and physical pain share overlapping pathways in the brain. When someone says, "You're not doing this well," part of you hears, "You are not enough." That's not weakness. That's just how the brain is wired. Understanding that doesn't make the sting disappear, but it means the sting doesn't have to run the show. Epictetus talked about the gap between what happens to you and how you respond to it. He wasn't a man with an easy life. He was born into slavery. But he taught that the one thing always in your control is your next move. Hard feedback is exactly the moment that lesson becomes practical. The goal isn't to feel nothing. The goal is to feel the sting and still choose your response with some intelligence and dignity. Reacting is instant. The defensive comeback, the eye roll, the "yeah, but" that cuts someone off before they finished. Responding takes a beat. A simple rule worth trying. Don't say anything important for 30 seconds. You don't have to sit there in silence. Nod. Say, "Let me think about that for a second." That pause isn't weakness, it's self-possession. It tells the other person their words were worth considering. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself not to be thrown around by that first emotional wave before reason has a chance to catch up. He wasn't telling himself to be cold. He was telling himself to be the one steering, not the one getting swept overboard. Listening during feedback is hard because your brain is already composing a rebuttal. Try listening as if you'll have to repeat back exactly what was said before you respond. That one shift changes everything. You stop filtering for what to argue against and start hearing the whole picture. Not every piece of feedback is valid. Some of it is unfair or says more about the other person than about you. You don't have to absorb all of it, but be honest with yourself about the difference, because the most useful feedback is often the most uncomfortable. If something lands as true, say so, out loud, without hedging. Then pick one specific behavior to change, not a vague intention, but something concrete and small. That's where actual change lives.